Hello everybody and welcome again to this channel. Today we are going to explain classes using Python language. Let's start by defining classes. Classes can be simply defined as a data structure that enables programmers to define new data types and, of course, to reuse them again and again in their code. The definition might not be clear enough to understand the concept. So, let's take an example. What if you are asked to write a simple program to compute the area of two types of shapes? Say, rectangle and square. To do so, you will write a program to read the dimensions of shapes separately. Then compute the area for each shape by writing 4 functions as shown in the code. As you can see, there are 4 functions. This function reads the input for rectangle height and width and returns the values to the main program. An other function computes and prints the area of the rectangle. The third function is to read and return the length of the square. The last function calculates and prints the area of the square. Later, in the code we can define our objects. If we have 2 rectangles and 2 squares, we will define 4 variables to store the dimensions of the 2 rectangles and 2 other variables for the 2 squares to read the dimensions of our first rectangle. We will call the related function and store the returned values to our variables. As you can see, pass these variables to the rectangle area function. The same will be done for other shapes. If we run the code and entered 10 and 5, we will get the output as 50. The program is working perfectly and somehow structured. But we want to make it easier to understand and maintain. And of course, it will be better if we can group the related functions and variables in a single block. See this code. It is written for the same example by using classes. One class for rectangle encapsulates or groups all the related data and functionality for the rectangle, and the other class for the square, and more classes for more shapes like a circle or any other shape. Look at this demo and see how data and functions are defined inside the class rectangle. Now, think about the class rectangle with abstraction of details. You can simply create object of type rectangle, say R1. And you can access all data and functions inside that class container or box using the dot operator or access specifier in the main program. See what we get when we run the code. And see how you created a new data types for your code. Now you have a new data type named rectangle. Look again and again to the code and you will understand how classes organize our code. To define a variable of type square, you simply assign it to square class. And you can access all data and functions. Hope the idea of the class basics is clear. See you in the next video.